Hello, everyone. Welcome to the platform today again. And today, in this lesson, we want to look at composition writing. And this, when it comes to essay writing of any sort, the composition writing as pertaining essay in various aspects, and also letter writing. That is what we want to look at in this lesson today. And here, I want to give you hints on the examinations. So this lesson is purely designed to help all students preparing for English language papers in Wassce, Ssce, GCE as well. Not only that, but also professional and national examinations. Therefore, the effort to explain various sections of the examinations noted above are very paramount. And all concerned candidates are advised to bear in mind that the composition part of the examinations noted previously is based on debates. That is, we have debates as part of the examination questions. We have speech, we have article, we have story, report, and expository writing. And lastly, letter writing, which may be either formal or informal. And when we say formal, we're talking about something official, and informal, something that is what friendly. So one thing we must be pointed out, something which must be pointed out, is that the large number of failures in this WAEC and NECO, that is the English language papers, can be imputed to not only the failing standard of English, but to a large extent, candidates' ignorance of the rules and regulations governing the paper, and also poor answering techniques. And therefore, the effort to explain the various sections or aspects of the noted examinations in English language is very, very important. So these are be taken one after the other. The first two candidates of Wassce, Ssce, and GCE must observe is that the composition is section A. That is the first section, and it covers letter writing and other parts of essay like stories, debates, articles, speeches, and reports. So candidates are supposed to attempt only one out of the five questions in that session. And also take note of this. Under the exam setup of essay writing, the essay will be marked over 50. Any careless candidate who makes a mistake and writes two essays from this session will have only one mark for him or her. That is, one will be ignored. Always, as a rule, the very first essay will be marked, even if the second essay is better and could have fetched more marks had it been marked. So that is, the second essay will be cancelled or disregarded by the examiner. Now let's go to the measures for composition writing. These are length of essay and also cancelled essay. Let's look at the two and see what they are about. Length of essay. The first one, the number of words for an essay may be 400 or 450 as spelled out in print on the question paper. As it is stated, that is what you go by. In all cases, the number of words required for an essay is indicated on the question paper, and candidates should try to find out the number of words he writes to a line, that is on average. This can be done by checking from a few previous essays done in class or in examinations. The answer booklets or the answer sheets supplied by WAEC or NECO contains 30 lines to a page, which these will help the candidate in counting the number of lines he has to write for each essay. So, in the Wassce essay pass, if a candidate writes less than the required length, the mechanical accuracy will be affected considerably. That is, if, for example, he writes 200 words instead of 400, his marks for the mechanical accuracy will be reduced to 5 because that is divided by 2 already. So the marking of it will be reduced to 5 instead of 10 marks because mechanical accuracy takes 10 marks. So you can see the calculation that I made on the screen. That is, the candidate writes 200 words. So it will be based on a 400, then multiplied by 10 over 1. We have 5 there. So that is what the student will be marked. And also, this implies that instead of 10 marks for the mechanical accuracy, it will be marked out of 5 and not out of 10. That is not all. It will also affect both the content and the expression indirectly, since such a candidate will not have written much for the contents. On the other hand, if a candidate writes more than the limit, that is, the specified number of words is 400, then the candidate writes 450 words. All the points he scores after the limit that is set will be given to him under contents. However, this implies that any mechanical error made after the 400 words limit, the double line will be what? Written or ruled by the examiner to show that this is the limit of your 400 lines. So if the limit is passed, the candidate will not be penalized against mechanical accuracy. Even if anything or any word or any error is ringed, once it is beyond the limits, nothing will be penalized against the candidates any longer. So to determine the number of words a candidate writes to a line, he must examine his own handwriting. We have some students with a big handwriting or lettering. We have some with very, very, very small lettering. So this will be based on students' handwriting and choose the prominent number. That is, when you count the first line, second line to fifth line, you observe that we have number of lines that is what? Prominent, that occurs most in the 5 lines. It could be 8 lines per word, 8 words per line. We can have 9 words per line. You can have 10, 11 per line. But the one that occurs most, if it is 9 lines, then you base your counting on 9-line words. So for instance, if some of the lines contain 8 words while others 7, 9, so the 9 words per line occurs more often. That is, the student should take it that on the average, he writes 8 words to a line. So candidates should note that lines with too few words are not considered or counted by the examiners. That is that about the length of our essay and essay. And secondly, we have cancelled essay. Whenever a candidate answers more than the required number of questions or deviates in an essay, the candidate can cancel the wrong essay and write another one. This implies that if the candidate fails to cancel the wrong essay and leaves the two answers for marking, only one will be marked by the examiner, no matter the performance in the second one. That is the rule. If if two composition are written, the first one will be considered. That is the rule set by the examination body. On the other hand, if he feels that time may not permit him to write another essay, he should leave, that is, deviate the deviated one. He should leave it as it is and not to cancel. This is because although it will affect the content which carries 10 marks, so the expression as well as the organization, at least some little marks will be recorded for the candidates, which means the essay will not attract total 0/50. In no way should there be 0 awarded by the examiner. Something must be marked in order to earn some marks from the essay. In most cases, mechanical accuracy will not be affected so much. Even if he has cancelled it, that is one of the two compositions, and he wants to maintain it, he should mark this sign, that is ticking one of the two, against the question number on top, and the examiner will mark the essay for him. So this is about cancelled essay. That is, if you want to cancel an essay, you have to act accordingly as pertaining the rules of the examination body. If you write two, one of the two will be marked, and precisely the first one. Then if you write two and leave the two, if one is not okay by you, you can cancel it and leave the other. That will be known to the examiners. So this is how far we can go today as pertaining composition writing. Then look forward to another episode where we are going to discuss the marking of English language as pertaining Wassce, NECO, and the GCE. So this is Alpha. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, enable the bell for more notification of videos to come, share the link, share the channel, comment if you have any question or additional opinion. Thank you for being there, and always keep safe because of coronavirus.